What's up, dudes? It's your dude, Derek Hughes, back with another Innovations vlog. I believe this is part 10 or 11, I'm not quite sure. But I'm just going to give you guys an update on how my portfolio is doing, some stocks that I've invested in, some that are working out for me, some that aren't. And then I'm going to talk about my shadowing day with Robert Mason. So actually, I'll just go ahead and start with that one. I showed up at around 8 a.m. to Capital Bank, downtown Raleigh. And I walked up. It was really cool because their elevators didn't have buttons. Some guy just setting you up the elevator. It was a little touch screen. It was awesome. Anyways, so I was just blown away by that at first. And then I get up there and introduce myself. We talked for about 30 minutes, just an introduction, where I go to school, where am I going to school next year, my basic understanding of what he does. And then he kind of explained his job to me, which is a lot more going on because I've always had an idea of banking as just you sit at a desk all day and do absolutely nothing. You just do the same thing every day, which is kind of true with the numbers and stuff, but you're working with different clients every day. You're solving problems that other people need help with every day. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. He showed me around the office. I got to meet a bunch of people, and then he sat me down. He had a conference call with the whole company, so that was really cool because I got to experience what a conference call would be like. So maybe give me an edge up back when I get out to the market. And then he gave me a lot of papers. He gave me some tax returns, which was cool to figure out, like the company's tax returns, not individual ones. And then financial statements. We talked about audited financial statements and certain equations that they used to figure out how to best allocate their resources. And then after that, we talked a lot about how after the conference call was over and after I had read about 3 or 4 articles. He gave me a newspaper article, which was really cool. It was about the Raleigh and companies that are coming here and the growth in all of Raleigh and the Triangle, which was really cool. I just did a lot of reading for that first part, and then we talked about how sports teams and offices have a lot in common. You have the hothead, you have the really hard worker that doesn't really speak a lot. I mean, it was just interesting how it all relates. We talked a lot about that and just life in general. And then we went out to lunch, and I went to a chamber lunch, so that was awesome because I got to meet a bunch of young entrepreneurs, and they all had a common goal to raise money for the Chamber of Commerce, which helps Raleigh with, this stuff. I'm not sure exactly because I didn't really talk to anyone at the chamber lunch, but and then after that we had that at C, which is really good food, and then we came back to his office. I met Keith and Mike. And Keith was a great guy. He went through a PowerPoint with me about what they do and equity just in general that he gives to the Keenan Flagler Business School at UNC. So it's pretty cool to get one-on-one time with someone who teaches or goes in and teaches that course. And he was a really nice guy. I sent him all the thank you emails. And then the last part is he kind of went through what job each person has and how they all interconnect. And then I sat in on a call with the customer that they actually had, which was awesome because I got to listen to a real life problems that they were having with this customer. They're expanding onto a lot, and so the bank is funding that, of course. And it was cool just to hear what the process that they have to go through in order to make this stuff happen. And all the papers that he was giving me was stuff that was going on in real time, so I have to be confidential about it, of course. But it was cool that he kept me engaged, and really I felt like I was a part of what was going on. And so anyways, that was my shadowing day. I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed my time there, and I guess we'll see where this takes me. But anyways, with my portfolio, I think I'm up $74 right now, which is good. I don't know how, it's probably like 1.5%. I've still invested in the same stocks. It's going well. I'm still listening to my podcast and doing the parallel investing with that. So, everything's going well. I just wanted to keep y'all updated. Thanks.